What's up, guys? Powerbang here, and I'm bringing you guys a quick update. Supercell has just announced that they are introducing a new feature to the game Clash of Clans, and it is going to be the Friendly Challenge. Now, I've got a whole lot of feedback on this. I've received feedback. I'm going to give feedback in this video and kind of just do a reaction to this announcement, as this is a very, very earth-shattering game-breaking announcement that Supercell has just put forward. Now, first off, what is the Friendly Challenge? Now, for those of you that play Clash Royale, it's very similar to the friendly battle that they have over there, where you can actually click a challenge button in your clan chat, and that issues a challenge to a clanmate of yours. Whoever accepts that challenge can then basically offer up their base for you to attack, and you're then able to attack it. Now, this gives you the ability to do a few things. You're able to practice your offense, different attacking strategies. The defender will be able to test out different bases, base design strategies, trap locations, trap placements, CC compositions, hero placement, all of that good stuff. You'll be able to basically try out different stuff for no charge. That's the biggest kicker here, guys. There's no cost to you with regards to resources, to, troops being lost. I guess it does cost resources to build the army, but you won't lose the troops. So if you do decide to go ahead and attack again using a different style or a different method, you'll still have the troops that you used in the previous attack. The defender does not lose any trophies. He doesn't lose any resources. Everything's just kind of in a mode that sits outside of the game itself currently. Now, I think Supercell's goal here was to kind of encourage more individualized gameplay. It's actually kind of getting away from the clan-based stuff that they've pushed so hard for the past 3 years. But now it kind of gives us as individuals an opportunity to test out our bases, to have challenges, to have something to do. Now, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Many people have already pointed out to me that isn't this like legal modding? I mean, isn't this like sandboxing? And in a sense, it is. I mean, I can't really find a way to defend against, that claim. It just seems a little bit odd to me that Supercell would first take the steps of banning modding and eliminating the sandboxing and stuff from the game, and then 1 month later, basically, put that feature in for the masses to use. It seems a little bit counterintuitive, but, whatever. I'm willing to sit and kind of see how things go. The concern is that people are basically going to just copy the bases of the opponent and then sandbox the crap out of it in your own clan chat between each other. And then once you've got a perfected attack strategy, take that then to the, the real war base, and then take it out for 3 stars, no questions asked. Now, it comes down to ethics, guys. I mean, is that okay? Is it not okay? Is that something that, is going to be good for the game? That additional practice? For me, I felt like, doing something right the first time, guessing where, troops are going to path, having that mastery of the game is something that I've really prided myself in, and I feel like a lot of the people in the war community pride themselves in that very same thing. So, I don't know how well this change will be received in that regard. On the flip side, I've always wanted a way to be able to test out my work. I've always prided myself in being a very good base designer. Now, what good is designing a good base if you can't test it out? If you've got to put all the marbles on the line, in war, and it turns out your base isn't as good as you might have thought. Now, it would be really, really cool to test out different attack strategies on your base. Whether, the Valks are obviously insanely popular right now. What if you try to build an anti-Valkyrie base and, you're able to actually test out a few things, entry points, queen walk locations, different traps and whatnot? I think that would be fantastically helpful. It would improve all of us as designers, as players. It would engage the player more, and, it would basically have them spend more time in game refining their approach to strategy. Is it fair that in war, whoever basically spends the most time wins? I don't know. I think there should be something said for effort, but at the same time, it would also be very cool to have skill be rewarded as well. One thing that I always thought about a year ago, when modding was very, very prevalent in the game and nothing was seemingly being done about it, I always felt that it would be very, very appropriate to just give everyone the ability to sandbox attacks, and by sandbox I mean practice. And essentially with this challenge mode, that's what we've gotten. Now, I don't know exactly how it's going to affect the war scene moving forward. I don't know what is going to be deemed appropriate or not by the different clans that make up the war community. This is a conversation that we're going to have. I'm willing to give this thing a shot. I think it could be very, very useful down the road. I think there's a lot of potential with this feature, but I don't think that Supercell has fully developed all of the potential that exists with this particular game mode. I think it could go even further. I think that challenge modes could be issued. For example, what happens if I was to build an amazing base and issue a challenge to you guys, my audience, and say, who can beat this base? You guys come in mass, try to take it down, and there's some sort of log, some sort of achievement, maybe the most recent 10 or 15 attacks on the base with a visible scorecard to see who did what. That way you guys could screenshot it and, have bragging rights or whatever. These are just ideas that I'm throwing off the top of my head, but I feel like there's a lot more that we can discover with this game mode that could allow those of us that really enjoy high-level gameplay the ability to continue with that high-level gameplay, both from an attacking and a defending standpoint, while the war day is not necessarily active. I mean, 2 attacks every 2 days. I think there's more that we could really desire there for those of us war guys. So anyways, I'm reserving judgment until I see how this thing kind of plays out, but did want to bring you guys the announcement, so to speak, of the friendly challenge mode. On the surface, I think the large majority of the Clash of Clans community will very much enjoy this change and will also be able to benefit greatly from its features. That being said, the highly competitive Clash community, the war guys, may or may not like this change. It remains to be seen, but I am willing to give it a chance, as I always am with anything. Let's see how things go, guys. There's a lot more that's coming in store. Stay tuned for everything that is on the way. I will be here to bring that to you on the channel, so definitely subscribe if you have not already. But for now, guys, this is Powerbang. I'm signing out till next time. Take care.